Hey people, right, it's another episode of our nightly recap video. So, where are we? Hey people. Today is the 29th of September. It's one more trading day till the end of September. Okay, and today let's just share the screen and we'll pick it up from there accordingly. Right, what we got? Boom. Another day, another uptrend in the markets. Look, I've never seen anything like this in my entire eight years of should I say full-time trading. So, what do we have? Again, I keep leaving this line on the queues, and it's up again. I think last week we did close on a low, but this week the gravy train keeps riding. Again, I don't know when this is going to turn. If you think this is where the market's always going to be, please, I've got a brief to sell you. It's not always going to be like this. But hey, how did we go today? First thing first, we had Taiwan Semiconductors. They released the news and they dismissed the report of Intel partnership. And boom, what happened to Intel? Let's see. I think he just got a rock pull, really. Not a great deal, but yeah. I mean, if you look at Intel as well for the past few days, Intel has been on an amazing run. I think I did call it the poster child of the White House. But if you look at the history, Intel, from the highs of 63, has not been able to kiss that since 2021. And thankfully, he had a reprieve from the President Trump, and yeah, it's almost doubled, if at all. But then today, the news by Taiwan Semiconductors, he just pulled it down. It's quite funny actually because Lithium Americas Corporation, which is LSE, a lots of people were trying to play the same thing that happened with a lot of people were trying to play the same thing that happened with Intel, and they said, "Look, this happened with Intel. We believe it should also happen with Lithium Americas or LSC, sorry." And but it did not exactly happen. So hold on a second. I'm just trying to get my. There you go. Got it. Okay, so yeah, and I think Lithium Americas actually, since it did a run up, it's not been, it's been disappointing since that day. I think since it had a huge 100% jump, it's been over 100% jump. It's been coming down. So again, when it comes to the market, you've got to trade what the market gives you, not what you want to see in the market. You don't hope in this market. Hope is not, like we say, hope is not a strategy in this market. So that's a relationship there. Look, gold, the rally lifts the US reserves to a record trillion valuation. So maybe the rally is actually just a good thing. There's something from President Trump today talking about if you go to the White House, you could see the gold and it's shiny. I don't know when this is going to end, but gold has just been on a very super impressive run and it just wouldn't stop anytime soon. Some people are playing the minus as a result of this. Um, I just think for me right now, gold is not a short, gold is not a long. I still think that the pattern kind of looks like there's still a little bit more into this, but I think we are at the premium, and I'm not gonna play this at all. Full stop. Then we have open open door technologies. These are looking to the revolutionize the real estate sector. Open again. It's down today as well. Another rock pool, 6.9. Is it done? I don't think so. This guy was it Eric Jackson? Someone asked me today, is this to go into Drake's house every day? There's a poster. Let's see if I can find that poster with Eric Jackson, which he did put a poster there said Drake buy open stock. So Let's see if I can find the image. There you go. Oh, it's a video actually. I think I should be able to find the image. I found, boom, I found an image here. Let me share it. So, he's done amazing for open. I don't own the rights, so it's Bloomberg. So let me just put it right there. So he's done amazing for open doors. And what he said was, let's, it's, sorry, it wasn't pasting. And boom, there you go. That's him right there. Day 29, back in the six, open army. No, wait, where is it? Drake's. I think there's a specific post when he said Drake buy open. There you go. I think I found it. Oh, is that the same one? Let's see. Okay, it's okay. I'm just gonna share the image again. So bear with me. This is from his page on Instagram, by the way. And boom. So it's got it right there. Can you see that? So day one, he's very impressive. Day one buy open, and it's right outside Drake's house. Don't know if that's in Canada or in America, but there you go. So day one of standing outside Drake's house, buy open until he buys at least one share of open. He said started from the bottom. So did we? Let's ride. But anyway, not an open. This is just a funny one. But yeah, it's actually pushed. They've been able to push this from the lows of zero point 0.5 cents, and this is about 1,600%. If you times it by, yeah, 16 times basically. So yeah, it's done amazing to the floor price or the pack price of $10. So they've been able to get it. I think they were at some point able to breach $10. There you go. They did breach $10. But right now, I think open, as long as the market keeps behaving, right now it's just gonna do a bit of consolidation. Think about it. If you have to climb 44 stairs, by the time you get to the 20th stairs, you're gonna take a rest, come down a little bit, recharge, keep going, and so it would not go in a straight line. Also, we had another one with President Trump. He made kind of hinted the pot stock. I think I did hint this in our group actually. Let me just see what I put right there. I don't know if I think I used I called it the weed, whatever it was. Let's see. Yeah, okay, sorry. So this was just me looking at activities last week, and I could see quite a lot of activities. And as a result of that, I just said, look, this is showing us activities based on, so yeah. So for the sake of, there's a lot of activities on pot stocks, SNDL, GRW. Pay attention, find levels. We shall see if we can see footprint. So let's have a look and see what it does. So I think they all just that was on Wednesday last week actually. So if you've been positioned, it's just been on an amazing, crazy run this week, or today, I should say. Today's been Monday, so it's been a great start to Monday. So that's SNDL. I didn't even check this one actually. No, um, Canopy. CGC, Canopy Growth, that's another one. It was a 17%. There's quite a few of them. I think they all just kind of moved. Oh yeah, Village as well. So Village Farms, they all just moved impressively. What I've got to say is that none of these guys are making profit. So you've got to be careful. Know, like Kenny Rogers said, know when to walk away, know when to run, know when to get out. Full stop. Again, there was something again. This is actually amazing. I did not read into the news. I believe Wolf were meant to go bankrupt today or bankrupt at some point. Whatever happened there, they just had a crazily impressive 1,800% run. Whatever happened there, I do not know. But I just saw that the cancelled shares to cut for the okay, cancelled shares to cut 4.6 billion in debt, issuing 1.3 million new shares to existing shareholders. Chapter 11 plan aims to reduce cash interest payment by 60%. So what actually happened, or this, should I say the story here, was that they were meant to get bankrupt and then it got cancelled. And if you headline and boom, this huge, crazy, amazing rally. I wasn't interested in chasing. I wasn't interested in the stock at all because I think it got to some point. It got to some point I just wasn't interested in it at all, and I saw what happened there. So but that's Wolf. Also, this is another bankruptcy play, and there's a key point here. This at some point when I was watching this in the morning, it was 60% down or 58%, 60% down, and this used to be the darling of the Sparks. Was it a Spark? I don't think it was. Yet it wasn't a Spark at all. It was a darling in 2020, 2021. Look at that. At some point, this stock was $239, $240, and now it's actually fighting to stay below, fighting to stay above $2. So I think there's a few lessons right here. Number one, nobody knows everything. Number two, you've got to, if you, I mean, at some point, some people's got to be in profit, right? So know when to hold, know when to walk away, know when to take this profit. Nothing goes forever. And again, number three, look, there are times where but these things just don't play. Know when to just get out. You can't get everything right. Like Tom Hogarth said, best loser wins sometimes. So know when to walk away in this situation. I don't think this right now the price target for this one for me is zero, full stop. So if this month finishes in green, that will be a 5 month of consistent rise. I mean, look at that. That is just crazy. I've not seen this ever seen this ever. So that's the 5 month consistent rise in the markets with, everyone's raising their price target for this. Uh, but you've got to look at gold and silver and, you got to look at gold and silver and look at the dollar. What they say is you're only long until you're wrong. So if I think I've just looked at gold. If you look at silver as well, silver used to be the pet child, but silver's actually done a lot better than gold this year. And look at that from 13th consolidation about 6 years ago, and it's just more than tripled right now. Yep, 26.39. Okay, or almost tripled, I should say. Look, 50 is not beyond the horizon right now. I'm not even going to call it price target, but look, this has still got a lot more fuel in it to drive it. And one thing is, are we in a bull market? Is it a broad-based bull market? I think some areas are not participating. I did not actually check Palantir today. Some are not participating. Palantir is actually just done another top right there. So that's actually good. Apple, but it looks like the AI is weakening because Palantir has actually been struggling at this zone since August. So if you look at Apple as well, what is Apple doing? Apple did not participate today. There was, Apple just reached back to its all-time high. So things are looking like we might just get this huge blow off top. And if this happens, it's just gonna go crazily amazing. So this is Nvidia again doing its thing. It did 2% today, and I think AMD also had a good day. So these are the key AI drivers, but this is not as it was back when at the initial inception of the AI. I think I was going to set this to the background to white actually, because many people have told me they prefer the white um, background. Okay, so this is AMD. On the other hand, we had I had a few people talk to me about oil. I've been calling oil since about 60, and we had a bit of a news today. Oil because there's a flooding concern by OPEC talking about they're going to, flood the market, release more oil. But I think one thing we've got to understand is, yes, we're in the bull market, but the economy is saying something else. Economy is saying something else. Again, like I said, you've got to be long until you're long until you're wrong. We are looking at so many things, but we're forgetting to look at the transportation and freight, which has been down 12% all year, which is a recessionary indicator. But to be honest, nobody really cares about this thing. Grocery prices is very high, 30-year high. Again, no one really cares about that. But who cares? The bond market has actually been inching. And then again, look, dollars, the dollars just, should I call it, the dollar's trying to make a move right there. But the dollar's been down. But if this move gets killed, then we're just going to get another aggression down. So the dollar's actually trying to make a consolidation. right there. So one thing I've got to say is, look, you've got to be smart. If you make profit, take profit. Something also somebody told me was, why do people complain when Bitcoin is up, but when gold is up, it's like, yeah, that's normal. Again, you know, gold is a piece of metal. Bitcoin, yes, string of codes, but they are both serving the same function. They're both hedges in this market, and that's one thing you've got to understand. If you Bitcoin has done amazing. I think it's beat any asset class in the last 13 years or 14 years of existence right now. So you've got to hedge your way. I I have my ways of hedging as well. Different ways of hedging, diversification. Like I keep talking about, diversification, market works, and the price matters in this market. But one thing I'm going to leave with is, of course, we cannot avoid risk, because avoiding risk is not a guarantee of safety. It guarantees something, but that the only thing it does guarantee here is stagnation. You will get stagnated. I think the most important thing right here is you understand the market, understand how this thing works. There are opportunities right there for you. And we've just had a very, very impressive 2025 so far, especially for the traders, even investors. You've got to throw a dart in the blind right now for you to be able to double your account, if that makes sense. But the market doesn't ring a bell when they turn. They just do. So if you've made substantial profit, or your accounts got swollen, take out your original capital and a bit more while you can. Remember, if you're not hedged, a sudden reversal can wipe out your gains as fast as possible. Protect your profits, reward yourself, and trade with caution. I think one more thing I did not mention here is Tesla. They are just long to their teeth, really. Would we get 500 today at some point this year? I'm not going to bet against it at all. They are long to the hell to hilt. So this, and it did actually behave today. And look, Tesla has literally almost doubled in the last 6 months, I should say, since March. But over this time of consolidation, look at that, as a good 100 points is made. So again, know when to get out. The fact that we say, or the fact that people are betting on 100 does not mean it's going to get to 100. And whatever I say here, it's not a financial advice. You've got to trade, do what works for you. This is just my market update. I hope it makes sense. And yeah, see you the next one, and have a good day.